Why is it that some of the world's wealthiest people walk into a room, and without a single logo or label, everyone can feel their presence? Why does a simple cashmere sweater on one person look powerful, while the same sweater on another goes unnoticed? This is the hidden psychology of quiet luxury fashion. It's not about flaunting wealth. It's about using subtle signals, deep cultural codes, and timeless design to communicate influence in ways most people don't even recognize. Today we're going to break down 10 psychological secrets that explain why quiet luxury works, and why the ultra-rich use it as one of their most powerful tools. 1. The power of understatement. In fashion, understatement speaks louder than overstatement. Quiet luxury thrives on the psychology of restraint. When someone wears bold logos, they are loudly saying, "Look at me, I'm successful." But the truly wealthy don't need to shout. They've already been seen. Their silence is a signal of certainty. Psychologists call this the costly signaling theory. In other words, when you could spend to impress but choose not to, that restraint itself becomes a flex. Only someone secure in their status dares to appear subtle. That's why a plain Loro Piana polo, free of logos, still radiates power, because the wearer is confident enough not to rely on external validation. Quiet luxury whispers, and in doing so, it commands more respect than a scream ever could. This principle extends beyond clothing. It's about presence. The less you try to prove, the more undeniable your authority becomes. 2. The weight of quality. Quiet luxury is never about quantity. It is about the psychological effect of quality. When you touch a Brunello Cucinelli blazer, you immediately feel the craftsmanship. The stitching, the weight of the fabric, the drape, they carry a silent authority that mass-market fashion can't imitate. Humans are wired to recognize texture and detail. Without even knowing why, we associate heavier fabrics, natural fibers, and clean lines with permanence and power. Subconsciously, we link them to stability, the same way we feel calm in stone-built houses or marble-filled halls. That's why the rich prefer fewer items but better made. Their wardrobe becomes a curated gallery, not a crowded store. Each piece holds psychological weight. Each choice becomes intentional. And when you walk into a room wearing true quality, people may not recognize the brand, but they always feel the difference. 3. Status through scarcity. Quiet luxury uses psychology's most primal force, scarcity. Logomania brands like Gucci or Louis Vuitton mass-produce luxury, making it accessible to millions. Quiet luxury houses take the opposite path. They limit production, release exclusive fabrics, and design clothing in quantities so small that owning one piece feels like holding a secret. Scarcity creates status anxiety. When something can't be easily bought, it gains psychological power. People crave what they cannot access. This is why Bottega Veneta avoids loud campaigns. Their power lies in absence. If you know, you know. If you don't, you'll wonder forever what you're missing. Scarcity makes quiet luxury not just clothing but a social password, reserved only for those allowed inside the invisible club. 4. Minimalism as dominance. Psychologists studying communication know that simplicity often equals dominance. The fewer words you use, the more authority you project. The same is true in fashion. Quiet luxury removes excess. No loud colors, no excessive patterns, no oversized logos. Just clean lines, neutral tones, and precise tailoring. This minimalism conveys control. It tells the world, I don't need decoration to matter. That's a deep psychological signal of dominance. Think of Steve Jobs. A simple black turtleneck, jeans, and sneakers became his armor. He didn't need fashion to speak for him. His simplicity was the statement. In quiet luxury, minimalism isn't just a style choice, it's a power move. 5. Timelessness over trends. One of the most powerful psychological plays of quiet luxury is its refusal to chase trends. Fashion trends are fleeting. They scream for attention today then vanish tomorrow. But the ultra-rich play the long game. They invest in silhouettes, fabrics, and colors that outlast decades. This creates a psychological aura of permanence. When your clothing doesn't expire, you look as if you don't expire. You project stability, wisdom, and timeless influence. A charcoal overcoat, a cashmere scarf, perfectly fitted trousers. These items work in 1980, 2020, and 2050. That continuity itself is luxury. Trends make people look like followers. Timelessness makes you look like a leader. 6. The psychology of silence. In a noisy world, silence itself is power. Quiet luxury leans into this idea. By removing logos, it denies the instant recognition most people crave. Instead, it forces people to look closer. Psychologists call this delayed recognition. When something takes time to be noticed, the discovery feels more rewarding. A plain handbag that turns out to be a $20,000 Hermes piece shocks the observer far more than a logo-covered Louis Vuitton ever could. Silence creates mystery. And mystery always creates fascination. This is why the most powerful people rarely explain their choices. Their silence demands curiosity. Quiet luxury clothing functions the same way. 7. Identity and belonging. Fashion is identity. It signals where you belong, and quiet luxury signals belonging to the rarest club of all. Psychologists call this in-group signaling. It means using subtle cues to show you're part of an elite community without directly saying it. Think of how secret societies use handshakes or codes. Quiet luxury uses invisible signals. The cut of a blazer, the texture of wool, the unmistakable but discreet design of a Bottega bag. The average person doesn't notice, but the ultra-rich notice instantly. It's like speaking a secret language only a few can understand. Wearing quiet luxury doesn't just show wealth. It shows belonging to a hidden circle of influence. 8. Emotional security. Quiet luxury also has a deep psychological benefit for the wearer. Security. People who rely on flashy logos often seek external validation. They need others to confirm their value. But quiet luxury gives a different kind of confidence, the quiet calm of knowing you don't need validation at all. When you wear subtle luxury, you feel secure. You're not competing with anyone. You're not begging for attention. You're simply existing powerfully. Psychologists call this intrinsic confidence. It's the confidence that comes from within, not from external applause. Quiet luxury is fashion's purest form of that. This is why ultra-rich individuals often appear relaxed. Their clothing frees them from the performance of wealth, letting them enjoy the essence of it. 9. The shadow of legacy. Quiet luxury is deeply tied to heritage and legacy. Many quiet luxury houses have histories spanning over a century. Their designs carry the weight of tradition, the craftsmanship of generations, the cultural memory of refinement. When you wear a house like Khitan or Cucinelli, you're not just wearing fabric. You're wearing history. That sense of continuity creates a psychological aura of dynasty, as if you, too, are part of something that lasts forever. This connection to legacy is no accident. Psychologists know humans crave belonging to something bigger than themselves. Quiet luxury gives its wearers that invisible dynasty. And that's why wealthy families pass down not just watches or cars, but wardrobes that hold decades of meaning. 10. The illusion of effortlessness. Finally, the most important psychology of quiet luxury, effortless perfection. Psychologists call this the sprezzatura effect, the art of making something difficult look easy. A quiet luxury outfit may look simple, but behind it lies the perfect tailoring, the finest fabrics, and the most thoughtful styling. The wearer looks like they just threw it on, but in reality, every detail is deliberate. This effortlessness creates admiration. People subconsciously think, if they look this perfect without trying, they must be extraordinary. It's the same psychology behind a genius solving a problem in seconds or an athlete moving with natural grace. Effortlessness convinces us of superiority. Quiet luxury fashion is the art of making mastery look natural, and that illusion is its greatest power. The psychology of quiet luxury is not about money. It's about mastery. It's about knowing that the most powerful signals are invisible, the most lasting impressions are subtle, and the strongest presence is often the quietest. When you understand this psychology, you stop chasing attention, and instead, you start commanding respect without ever asking for it. Hit subscribe if you're building your empire one habit at a time. New videos every Tuesday and Friday.